Oh yeah, we'll make it work in the end. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I keep like between the two basically. I'm gonna be able to collect what I need, but like I think my problem was that basically I kind of jumped ahead before the battle point thing was introduced in
Hmm.
game and the BBQs and stuff like that. So I'd already caught pretty much everything I needed. So then by the time it says like now go and catch a Pokemon, it's like no, I won't. I have loads already in
Yeah.
my box. So I need to make space. I was like, make a TM. It's like I've already made TMs. Like, and I think
That
it's just like it's not working properly for me anyway. So it's kind of the
that
hustle.
that one was a bitch of a one because they only had one location for making TMs
Yeah, that's the
in the
thing.
whole area. So it's like, okay, stop what you're doing and go back to that one area.
Mm,
I know it's not a too big a map, but it's still like there's one spot for you to do this, and this is supposed to be
yeah.
like seamless.
Can I also point out, by the way, how wonderful it is to be able to actually fly properly around the map?
Oh yeah,
My
oh yeah.
God, that is just that's just music to my fucking ears to be able to just
I haven't done it too much around the main Paldea yet.
yeah. It's kind of funny. The more if you keep flying up and up and up, you just end up realizing how slow the map or how small the map actually is. You
Yep.
know, like
Did
it's yeah.
did you go up to the top of the terrarium yet?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
like base of operations. Like I keep flying up there and parking up there when I'm doing wonder trades or something, or like doing raids or something. And then whenever like there seems to be something for me to do here, I'll just fall
Yeah.
straight to the bottom,
Oh,
like a perfect landing.
by the way, Blaziken's in the elite raids at the minute.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Oh, the level 7. Yeah, I know the. I know the. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I have one anyway, so we're good with that on that one.
Okay, no, I was just
That's a
thinking
good mix.
if you're saying you need two or three more to finish out that bit of class.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I just need to evolve what I have already in the boxes. So that's
Right.
my job for the next few days. But yeah, no, it's all good. Like overall, I can't say I've been disappointed with anything in the DLC. I think it would have been nice to have a bit more interaction with the old crew and the new crew, but sure, that's what the epilogue is for. So I suppose I kind of
Did
that
you go back?
once.
Have you gone back into the school since you started the DLC?
Mm, a few times, yeah. So I've done the Team Star stuff as well. Um,
Okay, that's what I was going to
and
say
they're
because
fucking
you do get a bit of a sign off with them. Although I don't know why that wasn't part of the game proper. Why that ending for them is in the DLC.
it probably qualifies as post game as well. It could be the
Yeah,
thing where they got to throw it in before it got released, and so they lumped it in with the DLC again just for an extra. Oh, this is great.
yeah, no, but like it's 5 years from now, whenever like they shut down the Switch service,
Hmm.
it's going to make you're missing you're missing their epilogue essentially.
Yeah,
It's going to be lost.
it is, and that's a shame. No, like I don't think there's anything like terrifically useful in that epilogue, but it's nice to see. I suppose like if you like the characters, you're getting a send off, you know. I will say it is. It almost feels wrong to see them out of their Team Star like
Oh,
get up.
and that was absolutely the point of
Yeah, it was like no, put them back on.
especially DJ lad. He seemed the most out of place.
I would have said actually no. I think the girl, the wrestler girl, she kind of looks seems the most out of place. I think
Oh
because she
yeah,
was
yeah,
really normal, and it's like, but I'm used to seeing you in a kabuki mask and suplexing people. Like, put the mask back on, you know, in the nicest possible way.
yeah. What was the other two? The ninja and the nonce. Although
Hmm.
there's a great TV show for you or a podcast.
The ninja and the nonce, yeah, I love those guys.
Also known as Johnny and Johnny.
And Johnny, exactly. But yeah,
But no,
they look off dressed as normies, you know.
the pair of them seemed like unchanged, or they didn't seem like they needed to modify too much to get them into the school attire.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and yeah, like I suppose like another way I wouldn't say it's a disappointment as such. Like, disappointment is the wrong thing to say here, but like the Briar character not really just being a little bit overzealous in the quest for Terrapagos. It's just like, yeah, in a way I'm glad you're not an evil character, but I'm also feeling a bit shortchanged at the same time. You know, I'm the typical Pokemon fan you can't please. It's like, I didn't want you to be the villain, but I also want you to be the villain. You know.
Did you expect her to be evil?
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, because I think she was just a bit of a means to an end type of character. Like we had a couple of them in the Sword and Shield DLC as well, and like especially the Sword and Shield brothers, who are just like objectively just shite. You know, they're just gobshite characters. So,
Sword birth and Shield birth, or whatever the name.
Yes, at least we forget. Like they were meant to be shit characters. You know, like they're not meant to be ones that you're supposed to be interested in. They're just fodder, essentially. Whereas with Briar, I thought like I might even get a battle out of her or something like that. But she just was just there to advance the plot around. And I mean, I guess she mission accomplished. You know,
I would say maybe a better character to have used for that was. Do you remember? Did you do all of the school classroom stuff?
Most of it, I think. Yeah.
There was one of the teachers and the Elite Four guy, the lad who kept crying.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
He is like from a royal dragon family. Is his backstory that he rejected because he wanted to do the noble teaching.
Oh yeah, Hassel, isn't it? Hassel.
Yeah, Hassel. That's it. Hassel. I never learned his name, but
yeah, evidently.
He could have taken the place of Briar as being like he got roped into like his family quest.
Yeah.
And that's why I mean you're basically saying it's the exact same. It's what was the explorer's name? It's he is Briar's ancestor. So so like yeah. They could have like done that, tightened up that thought bit, I guess, but I'm not gonna wouldn't be pointing that out as being a massive flaw in it.
No, it's small pickings at the best of time. You know, it really is. Like, especially like if those are the kind of main gripes you have with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like giving the game a free pass on the performance issues and stuff like that. Like, that's
fuck no,
that's going in accepting that like we know the performance in the game is quite bad, and that's a very core fault with the game, and they need to look into it and fix it for next generations.
The series has always struggled performance-wise. They've always done things that have strained it in one way or another. Like, you remember Ultra Sun Moon? They had the Battle Royale.
Yes.
Four-player battle. And it slowed the systems to like, it was such a crawl getting anything done.
But bear in mind, like, see, they make the engines themselves. Like, so, like, I know they're kind of working with like standard Nintendo like tech, but like, if they wanted to have a 3D engine, they can make one. You know, that's the overall the problem with Game Freak in one respect is that like there's certain elements of it are just not able to change. Like, there's a lack of expertise there in terms of like a 3D environmentalist, a 3D renderer, or like, you know, a performance specialist. You know, these are people that would be hired on other projects before to get Pokemon. You know,
when the other flagship ones are Mario Odyssey, and you see how vibrant and seamless and smooth it ran.
Yeah,
and Breath of the Wild, which was just a treat.
Yeah,
like I will like talk. Like, I love Breath of the Wild. Fantastic game. So well done. A series that, like, it was kind of like it was in a bit of a slump again, and it came right out of that slump with that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree on that.
It knocked all of them out of the park in the Switch. You had that. You had a Link's Awakening remaster. Like, it played so well. Like, it really hit nostalgia buttons as well. Skyward Sword redo, Tears of the Kingdom. All of them played so well.
Yeah.
Like, Zelda fans have had a great time with Switch.
Yeah, and look, that's essentially what it's there for, and I would agree with you on that one. So, especially kind of
whereas Pokemon fans are like, we whinge a lot about what, you know, like what was it? Sword and Shield felt empty. The wild area was way too empty, nothing to do.
Mm.
Okay, well, we gave stuff to do. Okay, yeah, but now it chugs like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like it is. They are trying to listen to fans' feedback, and in a sense, I don't think they're like the actual, as it were, their expertise or their experience with the Jump to 3D. It's kind of akin to when adventure games kind of made that switch, like back in say the 2000s, and some games just couldn't handle it. And that's just the reality of it. Like even some platformers didn't handle the 2D to 3D switch. You know,
Sonic.
famously Sonic, yeah. Some of them did because they had competent people on board, and like
Yeah.
it sounds dumb now to say this in the year of our Lord 2024, but some people are just like they're experts in what they do, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, even like the very thing of like mechanically they needed the reason the legendaries exist is to mechanically give you a reason to move around the map, because otherwise you need to have a flying type Pokemon right out the bat, or you need like a ride Pokemon like in Sun and Moon. Whereas if you had like basically Pokemon that does all of that, then there you go, and then that's where the design for Pokemon came from there. Like the legendaries in this game, your Koraidon and Miraidon, they're out of necessity rather than an actual design philosophy. Now, obviously, you could say maybe they had a theme of like of traditional versus man-made to begin with anyway, traditional artificial if you like. They may have had that already. So perhaps designing the two Pokemon to be different just kind of came naturally from that, and then that branched out into your Paradox forms from that point on. So like again, one could have begat the other. But like I said, let's not forget, like to be realistic here, if you didn't have Koraidon or Miraidon, this game would not have worked. Like you needed to be able to scale walls, to swim, water, that sort of stuff. Like otherwise,
a year earlier they gave Arceus and they gave Ride Pokemon on that, so you didn't need Koraidon riding. You just needed things that could let you roam.
Yeah, exactly. But look, to that point, like it's a case of that, like mechanically it's the same thing, but why not have it that like you get legendary for at the start, which is like again it's kind of been done before with Sun and Moon, but not to the same extent.
Look, they gave you the legendary at the start, and you couldn't do anything with him. Like he wasn't battleable the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so that was a good shout, I think, to do it like that. Like, do you remember Omega Ruby? They gave you a free Latios after Gym 2 or 3.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Was that another auger there?
There was another auger. Yeah.
Interesting.
This guy's got some. You want some strength? Hey, you want some strength, kid? I got some strength right here. And there we have it. We're at the lead 4.
Hey, happy out.
Yeah.
Happy out. Make sure your team is ready. I wonder if there's one guy with an Abra that will send you back to the start again.
I love that guy. Yeah, no, unfortunately.
And such a prick as well. Like, I think the first time I'd gone, is it those old games? You couldn't make your way back easily to the Elite Four until like you had gone to the center or something like that. Like what was it? Something...
Yeah. You had to register in the center, but that guy you're talking about with the Abra was in the center, so you're able to fly out automatically. But because the Pokemon League was in Kanto for that, you had to still surf out to and cross the waterfall, and then you're in Kanto and fly out there that way.
Yeah. He is such a prick, but
he was a prick. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So when we come back down on Pokemon Insurgence, because this sounds like a good time to stop it, James.
Pretty natural break.
Yeah, we're gonna challenge the Pokemon League.
Lovely. Like
and all the people within.
We have our best friends. We know who we're taking forward. So I think we're good. I don't think there's too much in the hand about. I don't think there's a question on like who else or who we might want to sub out and train up ahead of that. Or there's no questions on it really. Like I think we have our 6. We have items. I think we're happy out with who we have.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see how it goes from there. So next time on Pokemon Insurgents, it's time to be champion.
Oh wait, sorry, wrong series.
No. Do. Good night, everybody.
See yous.
Hurdle Durdle. Hi, how's a bitches? So we're back on our Pokemon Insurgents bullshit. We're in the room for this. It's a momentous occasion because we are about to reach the end of our Pokemon journey.
Moki.
Yeah. Moki. Couldn't agree more. So this is it now. This is we're at the Pokemon League. This is the big time. This is the end of the game, as it were.
At this stage, are you just doing last minute leveling up?
Last bit of grinding, yeah. Just getting a few levels ticked off because it's just like these are the 4 toughest trainers in the land, so they better be fucking good.
4 or 5. Is there still a champion at the end of this? I assume.
Oh well caught. Well spotted, Mister. Yes, there is a champion at the end. Yes, so. That's a tradition.
That had all that had shocked me as a kid. Just like it was like, oh yeah, just beat the Elite Four, you'll be grand.
No plot twists.
Yeah. And at what point was it like, no, it's normally the Elite Four, but in this case you have to beat Gary motherfucking Oak.
Mr. Oak, Mr. Motherfucker Oak, yeah. MF Oak, yeah.
Or and then by the second one was like, there's always going to be a champion as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But that's always the way, isn't it? Like it's part of the almost the. That's free, just
baked it at this point. Hey, free experience.
Free experience. That was awfully nice of the electrode there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Handy. So yeah, that's just it now. So I'm just getting a few levels up and
just make sure everyone's at like 85 going in.
Pretty much, yeah. I think the going rate is about level 90s for this. So
I mean, at this point, you'd be hoping for that.
Yeah.
You cheeky bastard.
Well, I was hoping to take the bait.
You were hoping, but yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, it's all I want. But yeah, that's where we're at now. So this is the end of the no more plots. Any other plots now is left to the post game, which for the sake of this channel anyway, we will not be going there. So this is me just picking the wrong move because I was rushing through this.
Oh yeah,
as you can tell.
Gen 5 I always thought had weak enough. It had weak, but yet weird. It was a weird spot of like. I never liked them initially.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the Gen 5 starters I didn't like initially, and I'd say Superior is the only one that grew on me in the time that passed after that.
I can see where you're going with that. I think it had a lot to do with the hidden ability. Yeah. But like I said, I would still argue that wasn't really intentional.
Oh no, I don't think Superior had the hidden ability when it first came out.
No.
For the first rake, I think it wasn't until like Gen 6 or 7 that they were like anti-your starters hidden abilities. But I think they felt the most blah out of them, as well as fucking some of the firefighting. Yeah,
that's the trouble as well. Like I kind of had the same feeling with the Gen 8 starters with Sword and Shield. Is that like they felt a bit plain. However, then much to that point, the hidden ability kind of like gives you a reason to use one over the other. Like I was shocked to hear that Rillaboom is one of the most used in competitive, for example, because of automatic grassy terrain, grassy glides.
I still think it should have, of any of them, it shouldn't have been pure grass. But Rillaboom should be rock.
It should be grass rock. I agree. I couldn't agree more. But at the same time, like that's kind of why they didn't do it in a sense. Is that like
it's predictable?
It's predictable, yeah. Like honest to God, like I think half the times with these typings, they start off as one thing and then either they work out something mechanically or there's a flaw in it, or again they've kind of learned their lessons from shall we say the first 4 gens where, like, let's be delicate about it, if you pick the grass starter in Gen 1
you had easy mode.
You had easy mode, exactly. Likewise, if you had picked Totodile in Gen 2, that was relative easy mode as well.
I'll just point out, I think for the first time in a game in Gen 2 in our Pokemon Madness series, I got lumped with the Chikorita.
No, I got lumped with Chikorita.
I got lumped with Chikorita.
Did you get lumped with Chikorita?
I lost to the rival with my Chikorita. Like at like part.
I was confusing with my Nuzlocke. I got Chikorita for my Nuzlocke and it fell at the Jasmine battle. And I went, oh no, how terrible. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then with Gen 3 and Gen 4 in particular, the fire starter wins everything.
Firefighting 1 Gen 3, firefighting 1 Gen 4, firefighting again in Gen 5.
Yeah. And like overall the fire starter was always operationally the best because you were all more...
Fire's always rare.
But yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Especially
You'll
in Gen
always
4.
get other water guys in the game somewhere. You'll always get other grass guys in the game somewhere. Fire can be rare depending.
Yeah, exactly. Like especially in Gen 4, where like I think in some iterations of the game, the only fire one you could get if you didn't like get Magmort or whatever is Rapidash. Like that's a distinct lack of fire Pokemon there. That's ridiculous, you know. And especially considering that like you know, like obviously you can have a Flareon and all this sort of stuff, but that the whole generation just had no fire Pokemon, which is just ludicrous, you know. It's mad.
Yep.
Yeah, like I do get those regional differences. Like I do accept that, but like especially now in the hindsight now of having bigger, like they contrive to have snowy lands in areas that we know shouldn't. You know, is there a
snow peak in Hawaii?
No, there isn't. But like but at the same time, like they need to be fair to every type is represented evenly now, and you can't look at say. At least, certainly the last two gens, you couldn't really say any like starter was preferred over the other ones. Everything has a reason to be. But that's because it's throwing extra Pokemon at you. There's so many to play with now, you know.
I don't know. I think the water starter's still the big loss for Paldea.
You think so?
Water fighting.
Yeah.
And it looks goofy as fuck.
It is a bit. It is a bit goofy now, in fairness. But like
in comparison, Yoskarada and Skeledirge, I think, are two of the stronger entries.
And the good designs as well. I think sometimes if the design is shit, it kind of like puts you off to get the Pokemon sometimes.
It'll also come down to if you think about people complained about 3 gens in a row of firefighting. We've had Fire Ghost twice in a row now.
Yeah.
Like with Hisuian, Flosion, and Skeledirge.
We've had like they tend to be a bit lazy with. Well, I wouldn't say lazy is the wrong word to use there, but they play it safe with certain typings. You know, they would say like, okay, we'll always have Psychic Fairy, we'll always have Grass Poison, we'll always have Ghost Fire. It's like they kind of naturally group them in there in terms of design. I don't mind that in a certain respect, but you do need to like give a bit of variety.
Build them differently as well. Like Skeledirge wants to be defensive. Skeledirge doesn't want to be a glass cannon. Typhlosion does.
Yes, absolutely. I would agree with you on that. Especially with Skeledirge having like a massive health bar compared to all the other starters in recent memory. Like the last one that I can recall had a lot of health was probably Meganium, maybe? Ugh. Or Swampert, possibly?
No, it might have had HP, but it was just a punching bag.
It was a punching bag, exactly. So like at least there's something to be done with Skeledirge, you know?
Yeah.
I think
it's just you deciding who do you like most.
Pretty much, yeah.
We have one left.
Who will I get?
Glamour.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not an idiot. I kind of had a romantic idea of having like everything at kind of like, you know, different levels, as it were, a proverbial champion team. But this is where I'm going to give it a go now.
Okay. So have we met many of these Elite Four so far?
Funny enough, we actually have met one or two of them. Yeah.
Okay.
In passing as a kind of on and off characters, there was one in the library, and she was on her phone. She's one of the Elite Fours, and we met the brother of an Elite Four member as well.
Okay.
And he gave a clue of what his team is like. Yeah.
I'm guessing this isn't type, but more themed.
Indeed, you'd be correct on that. So this is going by black and white rules. So we have like
you choose which direction you want to go.
Yep.
And
beat them all four in your choice.
This is a good way of doing it. I did like from black. It was black and white
onwards. I think.
Onwards. I'm trying to think of what. No, we didn't have it in Gen 8 and 9.
No, we didn't.
Gen 8 and 9 was a set order. They masked Gen 8 as being a tournament that was like being.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Down,
that's right.
But it was always the same order.
Yeah.
And Gen 9 possibly the same.
Gen 9 kind of has the Academy Ace tournament now, and that kind of fills the blank. Yeah, I suppose it's the same job.
But again, it's masked as, hey, it's a tournament and we're breaking it down one by one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's fair. So yeah, these are our 4 choices. So this is the first of, I think I'm going left to right for this attempt. I have done third time's the charm here with this cut. So you have a few unsuccessful attempts, and then we're all the way down to the end game.
Sure.
Basically just to show you kind of like some of the
Sup Challenger. Yeah.
So can you guess what type of team she is? All about teamwork and...
double battles?
No.
Sorry, if it's all about teamwork, that's code for double battles.
I think try again. Think Mookie here for this one.
Oh shit, she's setting up a sweep.
She's baton passing.
Oh,
She's a baton pass
Oh.
team. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
fantastic.
So starts off with a moody Smeargle who can take one hit, and depending on how basically the buff goes, you can baton
Yeah.
pass down to the other.
Oh, that is horrific.
Swing.
That is horrendous. I love it.
Yeah. So basically, once you break the chain, you kind of
It just becomes a straight fight at that stage.
a little bit like they can still like each one of the Pokemon knows baton pass and has a buff of some kind. So like
Okay.
you notice there's Calm Mind,
Mine,
for
and then
example.
it's probably going to try to swap out after that.
Yeah. But of course, switching around kind of does help because
Is Baton Pass a decreased priority move? I'm trying to remember.
baton pass is still a priority move, I think. Yeah.
It is priority or it's not?
I think it is. Oh no, it's not a status move, so no.
So, like, if I outspeed the opponent, can I Baton Pass and send in something else to take the hit? Is what I was thinking.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Or is it like War, where it's decreased priority always?
No, it's not. So if you so in that case, Smeargle outsped my opener there and
Fair
was able to get through. So
Fair enough.
and you can
Fair
see
enough.
her Mega in the team is Slowbro.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, that burn really hurt you.
Yep, indeed it did. And as you can tell, it's a speed boost Blaziken.
Yeah.
So
Again, he'll go passing that off. Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. And yeah, Diamond Storm.
Eventually, you'll learn what your item is.
You can tell I'm kind of doing these at different like days or something. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, oh yeah, shit, yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
Like this is where the logic of the game is kind of breaking down a bit.
Yeah.
Is that like, I know other better options. I must like baton pass, you know. But yeah,
Okay.
that was relative ease on that one.
Yeah, that one I'd say
Yeah.
if you have to redo it again once or twice,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be the worst.
But that's the thing where like sometimes once you break the chain, it's fine. But if you get stuck,
That would have been the same, and I think
that would have been the same. That was the same with how we had with when Mookie did the baton pass on our setups. Or,
I think he tried it on you,
and
I
it
think
worked,
He had,
yeah.
I think he had predicted that I'd have shithousery that would possibly break him.
Yeah, because I don't normally do shithouse.
You
so
don't normally shithouse.
yeah, so my brute force thing completely got stuck in quicksand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not looking to talk you down on that.
No. I fully admit it. Like I don't like doing it. I like going full force. So, but that's that's my preference anyway. So next
Right,
up
this
then.
is making me think of like Reggie's and making me think of like, okay, it's not just going to be a pure ground team.
It's not going to be a pure ground team. But what would benefit a pure ground team?
What would benefit? Something that's also able to float. Is something that's able to.
Sand, it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Oh God, he's a Anakin Skywalker fan.
Close enough. He's a sandstorm team.